Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nadia binti Muhammad Hisham and my metric number is 271288. Tourism and travel industry is one of the world's largest and fastest growing industry. This industry not only drives economic development of a nation, but it also affects the political, society, environment, science of a nation. Law is one of the vital mechanisms in regulating the operation of tourism industry. Tourism law is a nexus between federal, state, common law and international law that regulate the day-to-day working of the travel industry. This area of law also incorporates elements of contract law, employment issue, antitrust rule, regulatory and agency compliance, license and permit, and knowledge of the certain international treaties into a comprehensive guide for the travel industry. The function of law is to provide control, protection, supervision, and enforcement to ensure this industry will be beneficial to the public and nation. Tourism Industry Act 1992 was enacted in 20 February 1992. The purpose of this act is to provide license and regulation of tourism enterprise. Concept of tourism and tourists, we have two definitions. The first one is from Tourism Industry Act. It means any person, whether he is a Malaysian national or otherwise, visiting any place in Malaysia for pleasure, recreation or holiday, culture, religion, visiting friends or relatives, sport, business, meeting, conference, seminar or conversation, study or research, and is different from World Tourist Organization. It means a visitor inbound or outbound is classified as a tourist if his or her trip include an overnight stay. Definition of tourism or tour, we have two definitions. The first one is from a Tourism Industry Act. Tour means sightseeing, shopping, visit to place or interest or entertainment and other activity normally undertaken by a tourist. But the definition from World Tourism Organization, tourism is a social, culture and economic phenomena which entail the movement of people to countries or places outside their usual environment for personal or business or professional purpose. The classification of tourism, we have three. The first one is a local or domestic tourism. The second one is inbound tourism, means a tour to or of Malaysia or any place within Malaysia. And the third one is outbound tourism, mean a tour to or of any place outside Malaysia. Travel agency business is defined as any business of providing all or any of the following service. For example, selling, arranging or making available for commission. Second one is ticket, entitling a person to travel on any conveyance either by land, sea or air. And the third one is selling, arranging or making available for commission. And the fourth one is accommodation place within Malaysia or outside Malaysia. And tourism training institution is defined as any institution, center or school that provide training or course in respect of tourism service and management, including hotel and catering service. The Tourism Industry Act requires the tourist enterprise to have a valid license as stated under Section 5. Section 2 Tourism Industry Act defines tourism enterprise as any tour operating business and travel agency business or any business of providing tourism training institution. Tour operating business is defined as any business of providing any of the following service, which include arranging for sale or commission any transportation, accommodation, tour service or any other incidental service for the tourist within or outside.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fitrah binti Study. My metric number is 282081. Now I will explain about Tourism Act 1992. Among the rules in this act are such as tourism industry, tour operating business and travel agency business. Regulations 1992 for standard terms and conditions for outbound tour package. This is important for customers and tourists who purchase tour package or travel agency companies to know. The Act involves consumer holidays contracts, including booking cancellation, amendment, charge, deposit, and others. It is necessary to ensure that the interests of industry players are protected. In addition, to provide for the licensing and regulation of tourism enterprise and for matters incidental or related thereto. It is also important for tourists to know about the deposit tour information because if the rules are not followed, the booking will be cancelled and the deposit will be forfeit. Next, so that tourists are more careful if there is any change in the tour package, namely group tour and free independent traveller (FIT). Among the changes that will be charged for free travellers is that if there is a change after the confirmation of the visit, because no changes can be made within 8 working days before the departure date. In addition, it is counted as a cancellation of the original booking if the entire booking is changed and will be charged as stated in the Act. Group tours, on the other hand, need to know that they cannot make any changes within 14 days before the day of the incident. If you want to travel, it is important to know the documents that need to be brought, such as a passport, valid for 6 months, and a visa or health certificate that will be requested by some countries. It is important to know that the visa or any document brought can be rejected or refunded, but only in half. This act needs to be known for the owner of the travel agency because all tour information is contained in this act. In addition, customers who purchase or use the service of any agency may claim appropriate compensation if the services in the brochure or package provided are inaccurate or incorrect as we respect to transportation, accommodation, entertainment and food. This act makes customers or buyers always aware of travel insurance in the event of any incident such as loss of money, cancellation, flight delays or lost baggage. That's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, moving on to the advantages of this Tourism Industry Act 1992. The first one, tourism law also reflects not only the rights of international and local tourists, but also the legal responsibilities of inbound and outbound tour operators, travel agents, and other significant players in this industry. It is also very important for industry operators to have the knowledge so that they can prevent legal suit being initiated or fine being imposed on them. The second one, the main concern in tourism law is to provide a fair and equitable environment for travel consumers and organizations. For instance, tourism law comes into play when it involves goods and services rendered and situations where laws are there to ensure restaurants are serving food which are safe to consume and premises which are free from danger and comply to the hygiene requirements by the government. The third one, Tourism law also plays an important role in cases or situations involving terrorism, natural disasters, and disease breakouts, where visitors and tourists should be aware of their rights and the safety precautions measured that should or could be taken at that time. Last but not least, the fourth one is tourism law provides guides and imposes responsibilities and liabilities to the players in the industry to ensure the safety and the well-being of any tourists or visitors under their care in cases which are out of their control as listed above. As we all know, safety and security aspects plays a very vital role in the tourism industry. So that's all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Amanina binti Jisma, metric number 281848, and I'm here to conclude about Tourism Act 1992. As we can conclude, Tourism Act 1992 has contributed to our tourism industry and established many tourism players, as the Tourism Act set a ground rule such as making sure of tourism licenses and regulation needed for any tourism enterprises to run. Also, the goal of travel legislation according to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, UNWTO, is to provide a legal framework for the proper growth and control of tourism operation. This, in theory, will help to conserve natural resources while also preserving cultural practices. Consumers and businesses who travel also obtain basic legal protection as an added bonus. Next is the Tourism Act also should be exposed to everyone to ensure not just tourism industry people acknowledge about Tourism Act, but also everyone. By doing this, can certify traveler, tourist, or consumer that traveling is safe, and as this act permit and regulated the rule on traveling, which protected both parties, either business enterprises or consumers. Furthermore, due to rapid tourism development, some of the act can be amended. In a quite recent interview, according to Mata President Datuk Tan Kok Leang, the section of the schedule titled Travellers Outbound Terms and Conditions had grown outdated in terms and conditions. As seen by the current COVID-19 pandemic, thus he pleaded that our ministry to revoke or amend this section as it's affected mostly aviation company. That's all from us. Thank you.